said I was going to start my YouTube channel, and I guess today is the day. I am a late diagnosed autistic ADHD woman. I am 41 years old. I'm 41. I got diagnosed a year ago, and it's been a roller coaster because once you think you want to get the diagnosis, but then when you get the diagnosis, you're like, it didn't solve anything. I'm still the same person. So yeah, that's that. I find myself going through moments where I'm just learning all that I can learn. And of course, being 41, I start to realize that it has a lot to do with hormones, and a lot of women are finding out that they have ADHD or autism later in life because they're not able to mask anymore and they don't feel like themselves. And so that has been my experience. I said I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and for the life of me, I couldn't understand why I would not do it. I would put it off. And now that I think of it now, it's like maybe I'm always trying to do everything perfect. But now I'm realizing you gotta start somewhere, and done is better than perfect. I just want to document my journey and what I learned. So yeah, I think I cried pretty much every day the first week that I found out what it was. For years I couldn't understand why my memory was so bad. So many things I thought was my personality is ADHD, not my personality. So I found myself wondering, like, who am I? Or who could I have been? Who am I? Because so many of these things I felt like were my personality. Oh, I don't like small talk. No, it's not that you don't like small talk. It's a lot of people who have ADHD don't like small talk. Yeah. So yeah, I'm all over the place, but I say all this to say I wanted to start this YouTube channel to find my people, my tribe. I'm 41 years old. I've had 2 really good friendships in life, and outside of that, I've always wondered, like, why am I not able to have friends? And I've always felt misunderstood. Like, I'm not even from this planet. Like, I don't belong here. I feel like I'm a loving, fun-loving, genuine person, but it's not. I'm not always perceived the way that I think I'm perceived. Yeah. And so I'm hoping to gain a tribe of people, learn a lot along the way, and just connect with other people like myself. I feel like that would help me. And so if we go back to the diagnosis, I got diagnosed from my primary care doctor. She pulled out a checklist, online checklist on her computer. She asked me some questions, and I went to the appointment with a whole bunch of notes I wrote down of things that my mom told me about me from childhood, things that I remember from childhood, things that I currently see as an adult where I'm struggling. And she prescribed Adderall. Oof. I took Adderall for maybe 3 or 4 months, and I no longer wanted to take it anymore because I felt horrible. I felt like I was crashing. Like it was hard for me to wake up in the morning, and I just felt tired all the time. Initially, I felt great. I felt clarity. I felt like a better version of myself, literally like night and day. But I noticed over time that went away, and I just was tired all the time because I feel like you're on go from the moment you take the medication. All day you're just like go, 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 go. Conversations, just bouncing around, doing a whole bunch of stuff. And I was exhausted, so I was like, yeah. And what made me really stop taking it was the suicidal ideation. I haven't had suicidal ideation since I was 21 years old. I haven't had that, and that scared me, because to go from just being a little depressed here and there to feeling suicidal, that's pretty drastic. And so I'm somebody who's aware that I'm smart enough to know I don't need to take that anymore. And before taking the Adderall, I used to drink coffee. I started drinking coffee about 10 years ago, and I noticed immediately I felt like I was able to push through a lot of things that I didn't want to do. I felt like I did a better job when I was at work. I'm a hairstylist, attention to detail. I have to really connect with the customers, fully understand what they're looking for, engage with them, read body signals to see if they like what I'm doing, making sure that, the appointment is going well. And so I was drinking coffee for years, and then I don't know if it's because of menopause, but now at 10 o'clock at night, forget it. I crash. No matter where I'm at, I am exhausted. I'm ready to go to sleep. So now I'm like, I can't drink coffee anymore. I can't. And I struggled with this for a while because I really felt like it helped me do my job better. I know stimulants do help with ADHD, but I felt like I had adrenal fatigue. Like I just felt tired all the time. Same thing with the Adderall. So with that being said, I don't think I want to take any stimulants. I tried L-theanine. I don't notice a difference with that. I know people said it has helped them, but I don't see a difference. So it just makes me feel like, well, what am I gonna do? So not taking any stimulants, and first thing in the morning I'm just drinking water. I really want to drink coffee though. But yeah, coffee was curbing my appetite. I really didn't have much of an appetite. I used to be able to drink coffee and do intermittent fasting to help me lose weight. But now that I quit the coffee, my appetite is back, and I feel like I gained a lot of weight. And I'm really trying to figure things out. Have any of you had any of these type of experiences? I'm pretty sure. Comment and let me know. Yeah, so I'm really trying to force myself to come outside of who I am and just do something different. do something different, share my story, share my experiences, and see, what other people's experience are, what works, what doesn't work. I looked into coping skills, so creating little systems to keep up with. My car used to be a mess. My car used to be a mess all the time, and I couldn't keep up with it. But now I've gotten to a science. I joined a car wash club. I got a car garbage can. Anytime I'm in and out of the car, I'm looking to take whatever I brought in the car to take it out. I used to take all the stuff out of the car and just throw it in the trunk. And then it just got like ridiculous. It was just a hot mess. So now I bought a little vacuum cleaner. I go to the car wash. Being a part of the car wash club, I do it every week on my day off, and that helps. And getting my teenage daughter to be a little mindful when she leaves her crap in my car. But yeah, that has helped. Making my bed as soon as I get up in the morning, creating like little routines, but making them like automatic, what else I do? I notice I don't have energy to clean in the evenings. I have energy to clean in the morning. So if it's anything deep cleaning or tidying and straighten up, I mostly do all that stuff in the morning. I'll do light stuff in the evening, but most of the stuff is like early in the morning. So that's another reason why I wanted to stop drinking coffee, because when I don't drink coffee, I'm able to wake up really early, clean, go to the gym, and be okay. But I don't feel as sharp as I do with the caffeine. And I'm just gonna start praying and asking God to help me power through it, because we shouldn't have to look for anything external to be, to live. If this is something you have to deal with for the rest of your life, I should be able to just be me and have my coping skills, have my routines. But yeah, that's my experience. Also, in this experience, me learning about autism and ADHD, I realized my mom, we've gotten along quite a bit, and we share a lot of similarities because she too has it. Through my experience, it brought it to her awareness, and so she's able to connect the dots and think of all the things that could have happened in her life. Like, I really think about, had I known back then, I could have gotten help while I was in school. I was a good student, but I could have gotten help, could have gotten services. And when you're young, a teenager, you want to blend in. You want to feel like everybody else. You don't want to, make you feel like other. And yeah, that's the one thing that makes me feel sad, because I don't know if it's because my mom didn't raise the bar high enough for me, but all she said was graduate high school, and I made sure I did that. But I didn't have any college graduates in my family, and so I didn't even know how much college education costs. When I looked into going to a school for broadcasting, I was blown away, because I didn't know like that's normal what you spend to go to college. I wish I know what I know now, because I would have really pushed forward and made a way. But I didn't, and I did what I hyperfixated on. All things transformational beauty. I love home decor, and I love hair transformations. I'm a extension specialist. So people walk in one way and then they leave a complete different way. And I enjoy it, but as I'm getting older, I don't seem to have the same patience that I once had. I don't have the patience, and I sometimes feel like I'm burnt out. This doesn't allow me to, I work 6 days a week. I feel burnt out majority of the time, and it doesn't allow me to recharge, take a few days off, take a vacation. And don't get me started, being an entrepreneur and having ADHD and autism, I feel like a walking contradiction, honestly. Yeah, and that has been, I don't know if that's what like really triggers me to feel overstimulated and overwhelmed. Yeah, I think it is, because when I was working as a bank teller, it was a more controlled environment, a more controlled schedule. Yeah. And so I wasn't as overwhelmed, and I didn't experience burnout like I do now. So, and I'm a mom. I have one 16-year-old, and even that is a challenge, because it's a challenge because I'm a single parent. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm working 6 days a week. I'm burnt out, and I have my daughter in private school, and so I'm really trying to do the best I can for her. And sometimes she don't understand certain things. She don't understand. The best thing we got going on between myself and my daughter is she helps me out with staying on top of, school stuff, things that have deadlines and stuff like that. She's able to, let me know, remind me, and prompt me. But staying up on top of that, when she was in elementary school, I fell behind in a lot of stuff. And then I have the guilt, all that good stuff. But yeah, so this is my first video. It's a little bit all over the place, but I feel like I wanted to start this. I had no customers today, and that's overwhelming in itself. But I'm starting to feel like I just need to redirect my energy. If I don't have any clients, instead of feeling down, instead of making myself feel miserable, channel that energy somewhere else. And so today is the first day. I said I was gonna start making videos. This is the first one. I'll create some kind of structure. I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch this video, but it just feels good to talk. I stopped going to therapy because I felt like I have 1 day a week off. I'm off on Mondays. I stopped going to therapy because the time that I was spending in therapy, I never had time to work on the things that we spoke about in therapy. And then, when I told the therapist that I got diagnosed with ADHD and autism, I don't like the way she responded. She didn't seem like she believed me. I don't think she has a knowledge of what masking is. And, and for somebody who is a therapist, she just didn't seem receptive to what I was saying to her. I would send her like, information of things that I was learning, and I didn't get a good response from her. I didn't feel supported, and so I just stopped going. But the crazy part is I stopped going, and I just started doing research and asking ChatGPT questions because I felt like it was more helpful. The one thing that I do want to do is body doubling. Find a body double on Fiverr, because there are certain things that I need to do, but because I work alone and I don't have any boss or anything like that, it is nice to have a body double, somebody that is present, making sure you're working on what you need to work on. And yeah, I never even knew what a body double was. But yeah, I see that they offer that service on Fiverr, and I'm gonna check it out. Thank you for watching my video. If you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate you, and I'll be a little bit better. I won't be rambling next time. I'm a little nervous, so I'm not used to talking on camera, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So I'll be doing this more. Have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye.